Hello everyone, and welcome back to Eccentric Tarot with Chrissy. We are going to be reading some cards today, of course. I'm here to read as your personal card reader, but of course I'm not there personally with you, but I'll be reading as if I were. I believe that we are all interconnected and that we all are linked in the universe somehow, in some way. Sometimes we are linked with different aspects of different situations, but we are all linked as a collective. Okay, let's get started. So right now I'm going to ask Spirit, Holy Spirit, to guide us in this reading and give us some insight on what the collective should know in these times. Okay. Get a little room here. Right. So I hope everybody's day is going, and looks like we came out with the High Priestess. So we'll start with the High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles. So the High Priestess gives me somebody of great respect, somebody of great honor, that enjoys life, that has respect for others, that has respect for herself and the things that she is or he is passionate about. Okay, so that gives me it gives me that. It also gives me this High Priestess has great inner wisdom, and has great strength within her, and it embodies divine feminine, and acts as a bridge between the spiritual world. So whoever I'm talking to, you're very intuitive, you're very spiritual, and you're excuse my language, I have to slow down because I get downloads and I try to get it out as fast as possible so I won't forget or stumble over my words, even though I do sometimes, but bear with me. I am not new to tarot completely, but just new to sharing my gifts and helping others. So back to the High Priestess. So this person, per se, you are a very intelligent person. You are very protected in the spiritual world, and you know how to seek answers within yourself. So this is a very good card. And so now we're gonna go to the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, and the Knight of Pentacles gives me strong, practical. So when you approach things in your life, you're very practical about it. Okay, you are very you're very goal oriented. So these two cards in the deck is basically telling me that whatever you are going after at this moment, that you are going to be successful, and you need to keep this energy to keep this momentum going for you. Okay, all right. Clarify the High Priestess for a spirit. Okay, so we got a couple cards here. We have the Death in reverse. Okay, we have the Judgment card here. All right, we have the Seven of Wands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm sorry, 9 of Wands. Still learning here, but 9 of Wands, we can all learn together. And we have the 3 of Wands, and then we have the 6 of Swords in reverse as well. So what's giving me is that your manifestations is definitely coming in. I see a lot of hardship you were going through, but you're no longer in this 6 of Swords energy. Okay? You are starting to see the light. You're starting to reevaluate yourself, and you're starting to ask questions more too, instead of just holding back or thinking or trusting somebody with those answers. You're starting to seek those answers for yourself as well. I think that you are also getting more in tune with God. You know, sometimes it is a struggle to move forward. It's hard to change under certain circumstances, but you have to get out of this stubborn energy of not thinking that whatever you want is not going to happen, or you're thinking that there's no new beginnings when there is new beginnings. So just be more inclined of keeping a positive mindset. And you need to let go of the things that are basically holding you back. Because you are, you're the high priestess, whether you're a man or a female. And you are here to do great things. But if you keep surrounding yourself with these, thoughts or people or a job that you don't want to be at, or however, you're not serving yourself. Okay. So you want to get out of this energy. You want change. You want a new beginning. You want to be able to call in your manifestations without having to feel burdened, or having to think that you owe someone something that didn't really put in the work with you, Okay, let's get the next card. Clarify the Death in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse, please, Spirit. Thank you for the collective. Oh, excuse me. Had the thing too close to my hands. Excuse me. My newbie experience is showing. Please don't judge. Okay. So I'm going to ask Spirit again. What would you like to know for the collective? Holy Spirit, thank you for your guidance today for the collective and me per se, myself. In some way, we are all interconnected with different experiences in a complex universe. What did we get? We didn't get anything yet. Okay. Shuffle a little bit up. There is something. Let's see what that is. Got the Queen of Cups. Okay. Clarify the Queen of Cups for me, Spirit. Thank you. All right. Okay. And then we have Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is giving me somewhat emotional stability, it's giving me a nurturer type energy. And the Queen of Cups can definitely be defined as maturity, emotional maturity. I'm sorry, guys. Fumbling over my words again, but we will get it right. So basically, yeah, this Queen. So you're producing, a good intuition and compassion about something. You're deeply touched by others' feelings and your own, and you want to nurture the people that you feel that are family or old friends. You want to be there for them emotionally, and you just want these relationships to be harmonized. You want these relationships to be something worth your value, because you're willing to give, you're willing to do what it takes to make people happy, and all you really want is somebody to give that back to you. And I don't think that a lot of people have, or you have not felt that from anybody, and it's causing you to have lack of confidence. Being good to others and not being reciprocated depletes you. You know, you giving to others, you're, you know, showing the sweet or innocent or purity within you, and you're not receiving it back. And when you start getting into these patterns, a lot of people believe that, you know, that's their right to take advantage of you because you keep giving. Oh, well, you know, if I don't take advantage of her, or if I don't take advantage of him, somebody is, so I might as well do it. You know, some people think like that. Some people think that that's love, and it's not. You know, love would be acknowledging somebody's, you know, honesty and caring ways and reciprocating that. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. So here, this is the type of energy that I'm reading, that for not all of you, most of you, because a lot of people are on the other side. You could be this person that is taking advantage of this sweet person and blah, blah, however, and that might be holding you back from, you know, your blessings or however, because you're being stubborn and not changing your ways because, you know, you think that's the right way and it's not. And a lot of these, you know, and different moral standards, people know when something is right and when something is wrong. It's not like, you know, we're all blind to good and bad. Everybody knows or has a logic or some type of sense of knowing what's wrong and what's not wrong, okay? So we don't want to, you know, put a title on and, oh, he's a narcissist. Oh, no, these people know exactly what they're doing. You know, they might not be used to a certain type of lifestyle, but when God blesses you to see a different experience and a perception in life, you are supposed to grasp on it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something good and beneficial for you. You know, whether that's money, you know, somebody being a good influence on you, and a good influence on you. You know, you're supposed to take care of what God's blessings are. And he can show you in 1,000 ways, you know, not to put a title on if God's a he or she or the source of universe or however your perception or your point of view of God is. But when the source shows you that they've given you a blessing and you don't acknowledge it, you just repeat cycles. You know, you keep repeating same incidents until you get it right, okay? Even in, you know, life, you know, you're gonna keep repeating the same cycles, you know, after, you know, reincarnation or however, blah, blah, blah. So that's how that goes. Excuse me. So I'm gonna take my time talking. Okay, anywho. So we have the Seven of Swords, okay? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. And then we have okay. So we got the Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and Seven of Swords. Or Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, excuse me. Okay. So basically, the Eight of Swords is talking about basically like a mental prison, okay? So a mental prison of, could be finances, could be a mental prison of secrets, okay? It could be a number of things. Oh, wait, this. Okay, so scratch that. Nine of Swords. Sorry about that. Nine of Swords. But yeah, it's still giving me the same energy though. So, you know, yeah. It's still giving me the same energy. Negative thoughts, like I said. So, just to clarify it. Yes. Yeah. So it's like a negative, a regret of something. Something's bothering the collective, bothering you, bothering another person, but something is bothering something negatively. I ain't gonna say something, someone, I should say. Someone negatively, you know, worries, is being overwhelmed. Could be finances. You know, your finances might not be right. And it's just worrying about bills, worrying about groceries, worrying about, you know, different things that we have to freaking live off of that some of us, you know, are struggling to afford. Okay. So the 6, say, okay, 7, sorry. I'm just all off today, but we're going to get through this. So the 7 of Pentacles, right, is a significant reward. Okay. Persistence, practice, going for what you know and mastering it. This is the card of having significant patience under a distressful time, under a time where uncertainty. Okay, so these cards are giving me that you're waiting on something that is coming, but you still have to have the right mindset for it. You can't just, you know, think that it'll come overnight. Okay, you can't think your 10 of Pentacles is going to come overnight and without the hard work. And once we do put in the hard work, we can't ignore the hard work. We still put in the hard work. We still are aware of all our successful, you know, things that we've done in life that we're proud of. That doesn't go, you know, unnoticed. And it takes patience, you know, for that all to come back in, for all that hard work, all that good energy to rain down on you. But in the midst of you not having it, you're supposed to still prepare for it as if it's already there, manifest it, make sure, you know, your mental stability is right, the way you're, you know, thinking about certain things, are making sure the things that you're thinking about are in a positive light as well. Because if, even though we're expecting something good to happen, if we have these negative thoughts, then that might not manifest into exactly what we're trying to get out of life, or out of whatever we want to pursue, our dreams, you know, anything. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles is coming for you. Okay, but you have to get out of this, you know, self-sabotage mode. Okay, you have to let certain people go. You have to let habits go. Okay, you just gotta reset your life. And a lot of that, you know, a lot of people with, even if they're not around you, even if they're, you know, not per se in front of you every day, that energy does not die. You know, how they think of you does not die, especially when they're still connected to you. You know, when two people are on bad terms, you know, two negative energies, you know, really don't attract. They, you know, they separate, you know what I mean? So it doesn't, you know, add to anybody's negative or positive energy. You know, when two people are mad at each other, they go their separate ways. You know, you might talk about them, but that energy doesn't flow back to that next person, because that next person is not, you know, they feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's not attracting nothing. So when two people are, you know, one person is thinking someone that is manipulating them in a good light, and they're focusing all their attention on this positive note, and this person is giving them negative, you know, that still has an effect on you. That still has an effect on you. So when people say it's so important to cut certain energies off, yes, it ignites, or it ignites your mind to cut that energy cord away from you. That's it. The energy cord, once you stop giving this person, you know, or people, place, or thing energy that doesn't deserve it, and you cut it off and say no more, energetically, you're taking your energy back. Energetically, you're not worried about what somebody else is thinking, especially if you don't see them in a high light. You really don't give a fuck. You don't care what the fuck they talking about. You don't care what they think. I don't like you no motherfucking ways. So why should I care on how you feel or how the next person feel or whatever. So as far as that, once that happens, that energy cord is cut off by you mentally and not worrying about, what someone's going to say when you leave the job, what someone's going to say when you stop talking to your husband, your significant other, or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, what somebody says. Once you cut those energies off and you look within you and say, you know what, is this truly making me happy? Being mad at this person is truly making me happy. Being around this person when this person treats me negatively, and I know and I see it. What benefits am I getting? Even in family dynamics, am I benefiting from this person's slick shade? You know what I'm saying? You don't think shade tears energy down? Heck yeah. Somebody, constantly playing mind games with you and saying what you don't got and in secret competition and shading you. And then now that's the energy of confusion. Who wants to be in that? You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be around manipulative, tricky people and thinking, oh, I love them so much, or I love this place so much, or I've been working here for 30 years and it's, depleting your health and it's depleting your social life and this and that. I mean, don't be scared to make a change. It's we're here to it's not easy, but we're here to pave the way for ourselves to make ourselves comfortable in this lifestyle. We don't have to make ourselves uncomfortable because we feel like someone's going to think a certain type of way about us. That's just mad. I would never, choose my happiness within somebody else that can, change in, a couple of days or a couple of, years. So that's basically what the Eight of Swords is talking about. Feeling trapped, feeling limited, self-imposed, constrained, you know what I mean? So whatever we all make mistakes, the universe do balance certain situations out that are unbalanced. And whether you're on the right side of wrong or the wrong side of right, or however it may be, you unfortunately will have to deal with the consequences. But if you're willing to change, if you're willing to get out of this energy of negativity, then it definitely, you definitely can, see a brighter perspective in life and everything that you do. Okay, so we're going to ask Spirit for a couple of more cards. So we want to ask Spirit clarify this, energy that we just read for the collective. What challenges or advice that the Holy Spirit can give to the collective to make, the hard times or guidance feel not so heavy on their shoulders today, okay? So that's what we're here for. We're here for guidance. We're here for love and light. And we're here to find the happiness within, all right? Okay. Let's get some cards here. Spirits with spirits. Okay, we got the page. Let's get one more card from Spirit. Thank you. So I'm getting here with Spirit. It's basically telling me, yeah, we got to get out of this funk, okay? We got to get out of the funk, okay? Because life is a beautiful thing if we put our minds to whatever we want in life. It's not going to be overnight. But when we do see the labor of our, the works of our labor, then we are able to, we're able to move forward. Let go. Let go. So, what I'm getting from the collective right now, my downloads are coming in, and what I'm getting is that you are just completely, sorry, I gotta find me a better position to put this camera, but yeah, so it's okay to have moments of, it's okay not to be okay. Let's just say that it's okay to not to be okay. okay? But underneath all that not okayness, all right, there's strength. There's strength. There's your ancestors behind you. There's God behind you. There's the universe behind you. I mean, there's so much, per se, to tap in here. All this untapped in potential. Okay? All of this missed opportunity. We're not doing it anymore, guys. We're not doing it anymore. We're not letting a secret, a scandal, anything hold us back anymore. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that shit. All right, that shit for the birds, and we gonna keep it. It's up and it's stuck. That's what we gonna do. Because what these people want to do, and not just saying people, but just the opposite side, the dark side. And that can mean various of things, lack mindset, a generational curse, could be a bad relationship, could be people talking and gossiping about you, could be people telling other people about you, but it could be amongst any of these things, okay? And in this energy, because you're allowing these people to be around you still, because you haven't got up out of this. Spirits, the energy is emotionally making me feel like it's here, but you still trying to hold on to something. You're trying to hold on to a habit or a love, or these people and habits have not proved or served you anything in years, okay? Has anybody came up and said, you know what? And it might be people, you know what I'm saying? But this is not for everybody. This is just for some of the collective, Some people may not experience what I'm talking about right now, but some people feel exactly what I'm saying. And I'm per se talking to you if you feel, dang, this is exactly what I've been going through, you know what I mean? And this reading is for you. This is a personal reading for you by spirit. I'm just the messenger, okay? And I feel you let these blood-sucking energies, like I said, it could be anything, person, place, or thing. Not going to put a name or a head on it, but you know what it is. I don't know. I'm just the messenger, okay? Suck the blood out of you. You letting these energy vampires suck the blood out of you, and all this is doing is putting you in a lack of focus, a lack of enthusiasm. Excuse me from I try to speak clearly, but sometimes it comes out a little weird, and I am trying to get used to talking, okay? So bear with me on this journey of tarot. But yeah, so you're letting these people, suck all the enthusiasm out of you, all the potential, and this is leading to missed opportunities and stagnation within you. Stop letting people do that to you. I know you're a kind person. I know you're a sweetheart, and you have a lot of strength. This needs to be shown, not this, not the Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands is lack of focus, lack of potential, being impulsive. We are slightly impulsive, especially when it comes to certain things. We're human, and if we, someone don't think we're human, we are living the human experience. So overall, this is all we know, okay? So don't beat yourself up. Everybody make mistakes, shit. Okay, so yeah, so don't let people's lies, people's rumors, ridiculous rumors, ridiculously, misinformation just based off their feelings and emotions or jealousy or envy or whatever. Don't let that keep you in the Page of Wands, okay? Don't let that shit keep you there. Don't let them get the best of you and make you miss out on who the fuck I hate to cuss, but who you think you are. And we're not gonna cuss on this page, so I'm gonna try to refrain from cussing, but it might pop out a little bit here and there, That's okay. Just got to get more confident in speaking on the YouTube. But yeah, so we're going to get a final message from spirits. And we're going to ask spirits, what can the collective do? The ones that feel this message and can relate to it. What can they do to get out of the Page of Wands? One final message. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Okay. It's been tough. It's been a toughie. Okay. So, with you and this energy, you know, it hasn't been pretty. It has not been pretty, really, for none of us. But we all, you know, have our divine timings where we go through stuff where we have to just depend on faith and God alone. Not a job, not a man, not a woman, not a mama, daddy, sister, brother, husband, blah. You get my drift. And so it's been tough, you know, for you, most of the collective, most of everybody in really the world, because I feel like per se it's a shift going, you know, even with me. So I definitely try to embrace it, but it's been hard. It's been hard. It's been a rough road, okay? And what Spirit wants you to do is to find a way to unblock these challenges, okay? And get back into this positive energy, this positive person that you are, this positive spirit that rubs off on everybody, that gives everybody, you know, grace, power, respect, you know, empathy. And, you know, yeah, some people, I'm the same way, it doesn't reciprocate, but that's okay though, you know, because God's right here by your side. He right here. He wants you to, you know, get your 10 of Pentacles, which is everything that you can desire, everything that you desire of your dreams, everything that you want, okay? And so I'm gonna just elaborate on, because I just want to get one more card before we go, to elaborate on the Sun in reverse for the collective. Okay. All right. Yeah, so let go of the toxic energy. You're ready to come out. You're ready to be on your throne and get your money, but you gotta get out of that energy. Okay, and you're already out of it. This is just confirmation to start now. Okay, thank you for this time, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. This is my second video. I thought I could go live today on YouTube, but that's how much of a rookie I am. So I can't until a certain type of likes and subscriptions. So if you will, please like and subscribe, so that way I can start going live and getting in the algorithm. Okay, so thank you for this time. Thank you for coming with me on this spiritual journey, and I want to thank everyone and want to send out good vibes, love, and light.